Happy Monday, everybody. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever the heck time, day, wherever you are. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. If you're new to the channel, go ahead, smash that subscribe button, hit that bell icon so you get notified anytime we're spitting fire like we're about to do today. Curry, it's episode 27. We got more than a quarter century of these things in the books. How you feeling, man? You feeling good about two dudes talking about network marketing and whatever the hell else comes up in conversation?
Dude, anytime I get to spend time with you is a good day. We have a good time, and I think I enjoy surrounding myself with people who have a bigger vision, a bigger mindset. And so anytime I get a chance to talk about things that not only changed my life, but changed other people's lives, this is where I want to be at. I mean, it's I'd much rather be hanging out with you than doing nothing else.
So, we're going to talk today about telling stories. And you get told not just in network marketing, but you get told in, when you're advertising, building your brand also is to tell your story. But I think a lot of the times it takes a while to craft your story. It takes a while to do it in a way where it resonates with someone. And also, sometimes you got to learn to land the plane sooner than later because sometimes we'll start out, especially when we're new, and you press that record button and you're like, "Hey, um, just wanted to record this video today," and it's like people are already gone. So it's about crafting your message. And we went down the rabbit hole, and I shared this with you guys before. I want to read this to you guys. I could probably just share my screen. I'll just share my screen because it'll make it easier. But I want to read you something where this is really what we're going to talk about today. Where I was watching a YouTube video, I fell down the rabbit hole, and this person was talking specifically about telling your story, but telling your story in a way, in a very specific way. Okay? And you guys hear this, right? How successful people do things a certain way. This is it. And what this was telling your story so that it becomes their story. Your story becomes their story. Okay, so I have it highlighted for you. I'll even try to let me see if I can blow this up now. There we go. There we go. A little bigger, a little better. Okay.
Very
So
nice.
most people think telling their personal story will grow their brand. It won't. The secret is to make your story about your customer. You do that only by sharing the part of your journey that mirrors their struggle. For example, tell people how you face the same challenge they're facing now, what you discovered, that everything changed, how you can help them achieve that same outcome. It's not self-centered storytelling, it's the backstory of the guide. People don't care about your background, family, or credentials. They care about how your story proves you understand their pain and can lead them out of it. Very important note there. When done right, your story stops being about you and becomes a mirror reflecting their hopes, fears, and transformation. So I thought that was really, really cool. So,
I feel like that's the feel, felt, found method that is supposed to be done, but most people get one piece of it, and it's like, oh, well, let's just talk
yeah.
about all this.
And well, that's exactly what it is. And it's just their words and their how they explain the feel felt found. And that's your first note for today. So if you're paying attention, if you're watching these videos, and by the way, if you're one of those folks that's watched all other 26 videos, you are freaking awesome. We appreciate you. Um, but comment down below right now. Feel, felt, found. Very important when it comes to storytelling. So, and especially the found part. And what I found was, and then there comes your solution, and there comes your, just like we had just read there, you give them, hey, this is what helped me overcome whatever their pain point is. So when you're weaving in feel, felt, found into your story, that person is going to pay a lot more attention, especially if they have the same struggles, the same health challenges, the same financial challenges, whatever it is. that you have overcome or you are working on overcoming, if you're telling your story in that specific way, it is going to help them. And maybe they will go, oh, this is someone who I need to align myself with. Does that make sense, Curry?
It makes total sense. It is interesting as you're talking about this. I keep going back to the stages of my story. And I think a lot of people who do this for a long period of time, you're at one stage and you're telling that story. And I used to tell a story about how I was traveling 80% of the year. My son had to hug me through the laptop. And it was like I felt that certain way. And then I found an opportunity that gave me a vehicle that moved me away from that past life, that the
Mm-hmm.
life that I was living and the struggle that I had. And as you're saying this, I just keep going back to, the evolution of my story from that stage to living in a camper down by the river. And it's like I went through different stories to help people see that it's possible. And so it's
Mm-hmm.
like you're trying to make that connection to them with the pain points that you've experienced. And so I'm, everything you're talking is triggering. It's triggering. I'm like, oh, this is the thing I've been doing.
Yeah, and along the way for me, I've used different wealth vehicles, different network marketing companies along the way to be the financial. I think one of the things that I realized years ago, back in 2016 when I got my online start, I started crafting this. And whether I was going through the feel felt found on purpose or it just kind of happened, I was telling the story of our son, our financial struggles with him and hospital bills and all of those other things. And then, you know, similar to you, time, because of my job at the time, I spent a lot of time at my job and I was trying to balance, you know, special needs son, wife, job, limited time, limited funds, all of those things, hospital bills stacking up, and just being able to get through. And someone might not have also been in that same exact situation because that's a little more esoteric, a little more unique. That's my $5 word for the day, by the way. Um, Esoteric.
Esoteric.
Yeah. Okay. Very unique and exclusive. So someone might not share my exact situation, but they might be like, whoa, this dude is going through a pile of crap and he found his way through it. Um, and I think people just kind of gravitated towards that story because one of the things that I talk specifically about in that time frame was making the decision, deciding that I'm going to figure this out and having the right mindset and attitude. And I think no matter what my wealth vehicle was, the mindset, the attitude, how I came across on video, how I shared the information, how real I was with people, all of that resonated. And I know people kind of clung on to that because no matter what wealth vehicle I was using, people wanted to come along for the journey because they knew and they understood their whatever piles of crap people were going through individually, there was a way through if they could just decide, if they could just be like, if I could just have the strength up here to be like, I'm going to do this, then anything else is possible. And we were literally talking about this right before we press record, where it's like, hey, we know where we started. We know where we're going to end up. The destination might change. It might look different a lot of times, but we know where we're going. That's fair.
There is. It's wild once you believe. See, I think a lot of people will never get this because they don't believe. We've talked about this 25 episodes in the past. With every episode, we talk about your belief and developing confidence and all the things that you don't have coming into this journey.
Yeah.
Like if you just got started yesterday, you don't even know why you're doing it. You have no clue why you're even here because you really don't believe it's possible yet. And then once you taste a little bit of the reality of it, then your belief changes a little bit more. And you're like, oh, oh, this might really work to
Yeah.
change my situation. And then all of a sudden you see a little bit extra and you're like, oh, okay. Now I have a lot more belief. And now I can tell people, I found it. I found it. And we're moving with this thing and we're going in this direction. So your story, while at the beginning may be a bit lacking, you develop it along the way. How many episodes have we talked about developing? How many? All of them? I mean,
Probably all of them. Yeah.
it's a common trend on this channel.
So, context leaves clues. I'm just saying.
Why do people have the expectation that uh that their story's instantaneous? Like you're not going to get into a plane at the airport and be at your destination the moment you sit down on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, you have to have the story of getting there, like from all of it. But for some reason, people don't want to apply their story to help other people out. And it's like your story will be the thing that changes those around you the most.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, they're going to watch it happen. I was talking to my buddy Scott last night on the phone. I said, dude, you have been witness to real manifestation. Like you watch as words become things all the time, especially around me, around Dan. We talk things into existence because we have a full understanding that thoughts become things.
Yeah.
So when we tell our story, Dan, we speak those stories and those vehicles and those realities, and we try to help people with those things.
Yeah, 1,000%. I think it's really important to realize too that when you're telling your story, like your story's not set in stone. Your story is going to change over time. It might change every month. And all along the way, you're just making micro adjustments, not macro. Bring it down, micro adjustments along the way. As an example, like in the beginning, if you take the feel, felt, found, hey, you know what? I've been feeling really down about myself. I've been feeling really, struggling financially. My husband and I talk, or my wife and I talk, or my significant other and I talk, and we realize that we need some extra income coming in, and I just felt that we needed a change and we needed to, do something. So we joined this opportunity, and you know what? I was very skeptical. I was very, very skeptical because, these biz op things, I thought I was going to have to be pitching friends and family. And what I found was it wasn't that way at all. It was actually pretty easy to do this sort of stuff. And, I generated my first lead the other day. I couldn't be happier. I'm glad I made that decision. So if you're looking for a way to maybe make a few extra bucks every single month, you might want to take a look at this. That could be your story in the beginning. Hey,
that sounds like it should be your story in the beginning. That sounds like a pretty generalized story.
It's generalized. It's simple, small, Now, if you're like myself or Curry, and now you're in this for a decade, the feel, felt, found's going to be way different. And that's what you got to realize. Like, not everyone's story is going to be the same. Your story is going to change over time. It's going to adapt and build and grow. But the point is just get used to telling it. And again, when you use the feel, felt, found, the whole point of this video today is to understand that you're trying to connect. You're speaking to one specific person. You're not trying to post a video and have it get millions of views. Your content, all of your content, every single piece of your content. I know we want stuff to go viral. I almost said something else. We want stuff to go viral. It's all, it's just the dopamine hit that we're all craving. But you want to talk to one person. You want to affect one person that's going to see your video and either maybe like it, engage, follow you, join you, any of that sort of stuff. That's your goal. So when you can reel it back a little and focus on the things that are going to connect with other people, feel, felt, found, have your story be their story, you're going to start seeing more results.
I've
Period.
been sitting here in my head with the idea of the 11-year journey and having a feel felt found story going in my head. I'm like, man, I don't know about you, Dan, but I woke up the other day and I noticed that I only got paid about, $11,000 for that's last month of my thing. And I kind of felt a certain way about it. Like what if I can only eat filet mignon once a day? What I don't understand. And you know what? I think I found a different path to possibly get to 20, 30,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And be able to have filet mignon at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And that's that's where I'm going, Dan. So I'd like to know, would you maybe be interested in seeing what I'm thinking about doing and, eating some filet mignon 3 times a day with me?
Sounds good, man. I like filet.
But it's like that the story, then the struggle, the horribleness of what it was that I was going through in the beginning to, dang it, life is ridiculously good at this moment where magic money shows up and I just want more magic money. Like,
Uh-huh. Yeah,
this is a reality. I'm really sorry, but that's a reality of what it's like for the people who, if you're watching at this point and you want to get to year 11, 10, 12 of your journey, and you plug in and you do this thing and you tell your story from the beginning and you invite more people and you develop your confidence and you invite more people and you develop, God, this is ridiculous.
well, it is crazy because I started out in the beginning of the year golfing once every couple of weeks, and then it became every week. And then I'm golfing now on average twice a week over the last couple of months. And now I'm debating, like, should I go 3 times a week? You know? It's just crazy how, like, the story evolves, you know? And
And
the story evolves
it
and it
ain't
changes
taking
from
anything away from your day. If you go golfing, you're still making money.
for
If
sure.
you go
Yeah.
golfing, you're still getting paid. If
Yeah.
you go golfing, nobody's griping at you or complaining that the bills ain't getting paid. There's not food on the table. You're taken away from anything. Guys, this is a reality for people. I love the fact that if somebody called me tomorrow and said, "Hey, can you come across the country and hang out with me for a week?" I don't even have to think about it. I could just go, yeah, let me buy that plane ticket and I'll be over and hang out with you if you want me to.
Hmm.
It's our lives have become our stories. The stories that we tell now
Yeah.
are results from the growth.
Yep. And it all stems back to, aside from the story, it all stems back to deciding, do you want to do it or not?
I do wish I had a trust fund though. You know what I mean? Like I wish somebody would have given me, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna I'm gonna throw this out there, and this was based on literally yesterday. My wife said to me, because the Mega Millions right now is like 900 million. And we play it every now and then, but more in the neighborhood. Like some of us and our friends
Oh,
will play it, and we have an agreement with each other that if any one of us, there's like 3 groups. Like if any one of us hits it, we'll all split it 3 ways as long as you buy a ticket. If you don't buy a ticket, you don't get any money, right? So my wife said, she's like, if we won it, she's like, would you still do your business? And I think she thought that I was just going to be like, oh, no. And I said, you know what? I'd probably take my foot off the gas for a little while, but yeah, I would keep building it. And she's like, $900 million and you're going to still keep doing your thing? And I'm like, yeah, because I love it. And I it's for me, it's a personal accomplishment. It is what I love to do, helping others,
All right
ranking
there.
up.
You just said it. I think that it's about that. For both of us, we don't do this podcast because we're making money. We ain't
Yeah.
getting a dime doing this. We are doing this because we want to help others, and we
Yeah.
do that primarily. Dude, you
So
said it first thing, and I'm so proud of you for just it came out. I was waiting. I got chills. I got chills right now because that's the truth.
and that's like for me, it's just about I think about just bigger scale, like going way the heck beyond myself. If I build this thing big enough, how many thousands, millions potentially of people could I possibly affect in a positive way by making a decision that I was going to go do this? And regardless of the money, I mean, I could, if I had millions and millions and millions, like, $900 million in the bank and I didn't have to lift a finger for the rest of my life, I would still do it because it's a thing that can help so many people. And even if I didn't need the money, I would still do it because I love doing it. And I think that my wife was like, really? I'm like, yeah. Like,
Here's the question that I would ask even Christy, your wife, whoever. If we have the money and we can do whatever we want, eventually you still want to do some stuff you like to do. Like you're the
yeah,
things that you enjoy doing, going fishing, going hunting, going whatever it is, golfing. You're not going to give up the things that you enjoy doing the most. And I do get the most satisfaction in providing to teams. I get the most satisfaction. That's my dopamine rush, is giving things out of here
hmm,
to the masses that I have to serve and to influence and help them become me. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like help them duplicate me.
yeah.
Now, I've always found for the last 11 years, duplicating passion is impossible, but some people are going to get it. Some people are going to find that fire and be like, my God, I know why he was crazy.
Yeah, and my wife even said, she's like, well, don't you want to travel? Like, we're going to travel. And I was like, of course we're going to travel. But at some point we're going to not be traveling. We're going to be chilling on the couch at home. We're not going to be traveling 365 days a year. So I'm going to need a passion project, and this is my passion. And it's I'll try to give you an example without kind of giving away company or product or whatever it is, but like why I do what I do, why I love what I do. Um, I recently interviewed a mom, and she was taking the product from our company. It helped her. It helped her husband tremendously in ways that they didn't even plan or expect. And their son was having some challenges. Um, and I don't want to give it away without whatever, but their son was having some challenges. And they said, well, let's just take half of what we take and give it to our son. And their son went from a 47% to a 98% in his thing. And I'm trying not to give too much away here, but like, and she was literally like telling me this, like on the verge of tears. And so it's like, this thing is helping her entire family like live a better life. Why would you not want to share that with people? Why would you not want to help people? Like, no matter how much money I had in my bank account, like if people had the opportunity to like be better, feel better, increase their income, like why Why would you not want to share that? Like, would you hoard it all to yourself and be like, haha, me and my millions? Like, no, like I would continue to share, continue to help people and spread that word and spread that love. Come on.
I your story, the selflessness of sharing. I call people out on a regular basis for being selfish. The idea that you found something that you believe could possibly help you and you don't want to help other people. You want to just sit there and wait. You want to have whatever excuse you want to, but you believe that it's going to do something for you and you haven't told everyone you know.
Yeah.
Like how selfish of a human being are you? That bothers me the most in
Well,
this industry is that well, I don't have all the results yet. I'm not a millionaire yet, so I can't go tell anybody. If
mhm.
you made 25 cents that you didn't have before, it works.
Yeah.
Whatever the tool, whatever it is, if you saw a reduction in weight, if you saw a reduction in eating habits, if you saw a reduction in your travel or increase in travel, you
Increase
got
in
to go on
income.
what yeah, it's a small bit. Listen, those are signs that it's working. And guess what? Over time, with exponential effort, you get exponential growth. So it ain't going to be that you are literally at your destination when you walk through security at the airport. You've got, hey, I made it this far. Hey, I made
Hmm.
it this far. Look, I'm almost there. I'm getting to this place. I'm going almost. I'm on the plane. I'm sitting here. They powered it up. We're off the runway. Oh my gosh, we're in the air.
Yep.
Listen, it's that progress. It's not your story is going to be a progress. And guess what? You can tell each and every piece of it along the way to show somebody I started back here and now I'm here. I got over here and now I'm here.
Hmm.
Your story should be a growth. And if you want to, if you understand this, you're going to tell different areas of your story to different areas of people. So if a person is brand spanking new, they've never been in any company, any industry, anything before that you're now in a vehicle in, you might start your story back at the beginning and tell that where you started. And then if you meet somebody who's maybe tried one of those things before and you can tell your story how you had gotten started and it took me a while to find the right vehicle and I found the right vehicle. That Dan and I have changed vehicles to get to different destinations a few times.
Hmm.
A few. And along that journey, we've told some different stories.
For sure. Yeah, the story's going to evolve. The story's going to adapt. But what's let's dumb this down and make it really simple. This is what I
I
love.
thought I was the dumb person talking. I thought I always did the dumb parts. Go ahead. You
No,
can do it
neither
this
one of us are dumb. We're just dumbing it down a bit.
time.
So you join a network marketing company to either increase your finances, let's say we're talking health and wellness. Increase your finances, get healthier, or both. You join for one of those specific reasons. So you get in because you want to fix this, and you get in and let's say you fix some of that, or you learn how to fix some of that, but you're not going to turn around and help other people try to fix what you're trying to fix. Who are you? Like, what? Seriously, honest, put your thoughts in the comments. What type of person are you if you will only take great information and products and income and hoard it for yourself? What type of person are you?
You're a monster, is
Not
what you are. You're a
not
monster.
the type of person I want to hang around. Not the type of person I want to be in the same room with. Like, if you just want to hoard all that crap for yourself, be like, oh my gosh, I found a way to get healthier. Oh my gosh, I found a way to make more money. Oh my gosh, I'm able to increase my health and increase my income, keeping it all for myself. Who are you? Like, why? Like, why wouldn't you want to share that? So that,
Well, the answer is they don't believe it. That's the only reason. I truly believe that a human being who believes something will always passionately share what it is that they believe in. I've never met a person, a regular person who loved, I don't know, the Yankees. And they love the Yankees. And if the team is winning, they're talking about it, wearing their Yankees gear, they got their hat on, they're doing
and as a
stuff.
Red Sox fan, I love to hate the Yankees.
That's right. Whatever.
Just like I'm
I'm
sure
not a
Yankees
fan of
fans
any
hate.
baseball team. I'm not a fan. I don't care either way. So, but when you believe in it and you're excited about it, you can't not share it. The people who don't believe and don't have any real faith or confidence in it, they're hesitant because all the what if scenarios that don't exist. I wish that if I could, that you always see these things on social media. If you could remove one thing from the world, what would it be? I think I would remove what if. I would remove what if, because what if doesn't exist. It never exists. Typically none of that ever happens. So your worries and fears of what if are yours.
Mhm.
That's not anybody else's. And when you add value to what if in your story, well, what if it works? What if you help somebody? What if the beautiful situation happens? What if your vision comes true? What if? But you don't do that. You add, well, what if they say? What if I don't know the answer? What if they ask me a question? What if they say no? What if? What if? What if? What if? What if my
Mhm.
family thinks that I'm crazy? Well, your family thinks you're a loser anyway. That's just the reality. No matter who you are, my family thinks I'm a loser and I'm the most successful person that's ever existed in my family. And they still think I'm a loser. So do you think I care what my family thinks or says or does? Nope.
Yep. Yep. So straight up, guys, I mean, your story's going to change. Your story's going to evolve. But the most important part here is tell your freaking story.
Tell it.
Tell it. Feel, felt, found. Make that note. Weave it into your story. Tell it. And don't be afraid to tell it. At the end of the day, you just have to decide, do I want to hoard this crap for myself and not tell anybody because you're selfish? Or do you want to share this and help people? Pretty simple decision, if you ask me.
It's a good decision too. It's a
I'm,
really good decision looking back on 11 years of growth and where I am now. And I can eat filet mignon 3 times a day. So it's whatever. It's truly,
yeah, more of a ribeye type of guy, but I do like some filet
I,
every now and
I
then.
actually like prime rib over any of it. So I would take prime rib. I just use it as a story.
The best cut of meat. No, only a few select people are going to know this. Um, is hanger steak. You ever heard of hanger steak?
No.
Next time you're at an actual, like a good butcher shop, hanger steak. And the reason why, it's also called the butcher's cut. Little beef education here for you guys. It's pointless, doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about, but we like food. So, with everything, all your steaks, your tenderloin, your filet mignon, your ribeyes, your New York strips, Delmonico's, all that stuff. Everything, there's two of everything on the cow. The hanger steak is the only steak where there's only one, and it sits right up under the rib cage. And it used to be called the butcher's cut because when the butchers were done, doing their thing, it was the only steak that was left over that they didn't know what, it was the only cut of meat left over that they didn't know what to do with. And then they started cooking it up and they're like, this is pretty damn good. And it's very marbled. It's long. It's usually, I don't know, 12 to 14 inches long. Kind of looks shaped like a tenderloin before it's cut up into fillets. But man, salt, pepper on the grill, high heat, 1 minute aside. You want to talk about You want to talk about a flavorful steak? There's nothing like it. Nothing like it.
All right. I'll add it to the list.
Yeah, hanger steak. Hanger steak. There's only two places here in the Myrtle Beach area that actually sell it. And then when you go in, and trust me, when you go in and you talk to the butcher and you're like, "Hey, do you got any hanger steak?" They're like, "Yeah, we do." And they're like, the butcher gets excited about it because they know it's a great cut of meat. Versus someone that walks in and be like, "Can I have some filet?" Of course, everybody knows about filet. It's good. Wait till you have a hanger steak. That's my tangent for today.
Dan, I'm going to need to wrap it up in a second. So we're going to have to go.
All right, fine. We got stuff to do. I got stories to tell. I got people to
Next
tell my
week,
stories.
we'll add more stories, man. Next week.
Yep. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. If you made it to this point in the video, and for whatever crazy reason you listen to us pontificate and you have not hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Hit that bell icon so you get notified anytime we do this. And of course, as always, if you guys have ideas, thoughts, things you want us to talk about, drop those in the comments right now. Curry, pleasure as always, my friend. And we'll see you guys on episode 2 to the 8. Later.